that scramble control touchdown that opened up the game. Just what were you seeing in there as you're rolling out? Just walk us through that play.
Yeah, we kind of had a man beater play that we kind of, I'd just seen through film. They were going to kind of play in 3rd and long, and pocket kind of collapsed. They did a good job of, they kind of slingshotted the safety in the corner, kind of saw that in our snap off, and then just kind of pocket collapsed a little bit and got out there, and then realized there's a lane and guys blocking them, so took off, and it was a great play and great job by the receivers of kind of blocking downfield and getting me in the end zone. But it was good. It was awesome. Fun to start out the day like that for sure.
What goes into you making more of these plays with your legs? Is it just the confidence to do it, or is it just going through progressions faster to the point where you realize there's an opportunity here and you take it?
I think both. I think that knowing the system more, and like you said, exactly, just being able to go through the reads at a well managed time, and being able to process things at a high rate, and cut stuff out pre and post snap that I know is not going to be there, and then whenever it happens, be able to use my legs and go get some first downs and go get some easy yards whenever we can. But then also just the confidence, and I've kind of always known I can use them, and it's been fun to kind of use them the last couple games, and it's tough on a defense. I think that whenever you have a quarterback that can throw and pass it, so it's good to be able to use it certain times, but not overuse it for sure.
Do you sense it's kind of difficult for defenses the way you guys are stretching the field now, and there are guys dropping 8, and then you obviously can run it too, that you're kind of creating a tension there that you just have to kind of read the situation and take advantage of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Just talking to our guys and Coach Goodwin and Coach Sweeney, I mean, that's something that I've always been told around here is, hey, it's tough on a defense when you can have explosive plays passing the football, have a back like 7 that can run it, but then exactly what you said, they go to drop 8 and it's 3rd and 7, 8, 9, 10, and they're dropping back to go kind of cover our guys, and nobody's covering me in those times. But and I mean, defenses will change kind of throughout the year, so we'll see how they end up playing that. But yeah, I think it is tough on defense at times, especially with a guy like Phil and Jay that we got back there too. So yeah.
We were just talking to Barrett and Jaden. They were talking about the iPads on the sidelines, how helpful it is for a defense. Is it difficult going up a defense that is able to pick up on your plays like that and see more of what the offense is doing?
I think that it's probably more helpful for an offense to be able to use them, just because a defense could only run so many coverages, so be able to kind of pick up on those keys and stuff and kind of have adjustments off of that. So I've been loving it. I love the way that I'm able to immediately come to the sideline and sit with Coach Riley, and that's one thing I also love about him being on the sideline and not in the box is, I can literally sit down, pull up the tablet, watch it with him on that spot, and truly just play-by-play of what I just did, 5 minutes ago. That's really fun. I mean, you can't even do that in practice, so that's really fun and just really helpful. But yeah, I've been loving it. It's been really helpful and just kind of seeing things and seeing where my eyes were wrong and kind of things that we can continue to attack, and yeah, it's been great.
Last season without the iPads, how did you kind of, if a play didn't work out as you guys wanted to, how did you kind of go back and try to review that without the iPad technology last year?
You'd ask around. Really, you'd be like, hey, what'd you see on this? What are they doing? We'd have people on our team, other quarterbacks, OCs. We've got a lot of, Taj, Cole Stout, guys like that I'd be kind of coming to the sideline and just kind of asking, hey, what'd you see on this one? What'd you see on that? Did I make the right read? Hey, what'd the corner do? Stuff like that. Yeah, you just have to really ask a lot of questions because, at the position that I play, you're trying to see as much as you can, but sometimes you don't see everything, and that's just kind of how it is sometimes. So you want to have those people, but that's what's great about it, and that's what's so good about the technology that we get to have now is it's real time, and it's great. It's really helpful.
Keeping on technology, we got to talk to Garrett last week about the in-head or in-helmet communication. He said he worked with some guys in the NFL about the tone that he's approaching his quarterback with.
Yeah.
What's it like to have him in his head? And I know you guys had time to like adjust to it, but what was that preparation like, and what's it actually like to have him in your head?
Yeah, I did the same, and we kind of talked about that before the season of, I kind of reached out to some of my older mentors in the game, and I know he did the same, and, we had great discussions about it whenever we showed up to, week one, and, it wasn't our really first time doing it, and we didn't have to change anything. Really, we haven't changed anything about the way we do it. He's been doing great, and, as y'all know, he's got a very just, kind of cool vibe to him. So whenever he talks, it's pretty chillaxed. So he doesn't really have to work on that a lot. But he's been doing great, and I love the way that he's been doing it. It's been working great for us. Yeah.
Have you and Barrett talked about the difference between Wes and his ear?
No, I actually haven't. I'm probably going to have to. I haven't even thought about that. But yeah, I bet it's a little different. Yeah.
Can you actually think of any situations in game where Garrett was able to tell you something like really critical and that absolutely kind of led you in a certain direction?
Nothing like one play where it's like this was, huge for me, you know what I mean? But just little thoughts like, hey, third down right here, maybe thinking some pressure, depending on the game plan and what that defense does. We'll have some checks and some plays and stuff, and if obviously we get the play in quickly, then we can maybe check out of something before the 15-second clock. So stuff like that. But most of the time I'm looking to sideline. But I think that kind of stuff like that, resetting in the red zone, make a big play, get down there, not getting too antsy and stuff. Just hey, let's reset. Refocus, getting everybody. So just kind of stuff like that. All right, let's reset right here. Here we go. Just like stuff like that. Nothing crazy or life changing. Just kind of, I still got to go play quarterback, and I'm prepared enough, and he does a great job preparing me. The way we treat practice, where he really doesn't have to go out there and say a whole lot. You know what I mean? So yeah.
How much of it is? Obviously, there's a play calling aspect to it and that, but like how much of it is that versus like mentality and like deep breath, hey, that was great. Like how much of it is that versus?
I would say 97% of it is play call. Really. We're just, most of the time we're on the same page on stuff. Every once in a while, I'll break a big run and he'll call me slow on the next one or something like that. But, just to, keep me calm and whatever. But, I would say almost every single time it's really just giving me the play call, and that's about it. Because at the end of the day, that's really what matters, so, yeah.
Cade, each of those last 3 games, you had a new guy get the first touchdown. What does that do for your confidence and for confidence going forward?
Yeah, it just continues to really prove that we've got guys everywhere. And, there really is just a continued next man up kind of vibe, and guys are ready to make plays wherever. And that's what's really special and really exciting, and definitely just kind of fuels my confidence that, hey, shoot, we get in a, 3rd and 5 opportunity, there's straight man coverage. I don't have just one guy I'm looking to go to. I've got kind of guys all over. So it's really not as much finding my best matchup versus their guy. It's, who's their worst guy that we can now go after, because we got guys all over that can go do it. So that's what's really fun. That's what's really exciting. And just the confidence that I have in my guys, it's, through the roof. So.
There's been a lot of success on both sides of the ball. Is there an underrated aspect of this team that you think people are talking about enough?
Continue just props to the offensive line. They gave up their first true OL sack this last game, and just really proud of them that they just continue to fight. And overall, I think we had Coach Sweeney kind of put it perfectly. We kind of had a B kind of first half, a graded B overall. Offensive line, me, receivers, and then just the way that they responded, I was really proud of. That leadership in that OL room is just really proud of them, and the way they came together and never panicked and just flushed it out and moved on. And Just really proud of him. Yeah.
DJ's out with a broken hand. Obviously, you don't line up across the line from the other team's quarterback, but you had told us at ACC kickoff that you were happy for him and just what a good friend and just companion partner he was for you here in his time in Clemson. Just disappointed to see him hurt, and your thoughts with him right now?
Yeah, tough to obviously see anybody, face an injury like that. And, I know that he was probably definitely looking forward to playing versus some of us and some of his best friends over here. So, obviously tough to hear that for him, and excited to see him on Saturday. Like I said, he was a great mentor for me, and I learned so much from him while he was here. And, yeah, just, definitely thankful for the person that he was whenever he was here, and excited to go see him. So.
You got to talk to him at all?
I haven't much, no.
What have you seen from that Florida State defense if you guys have started to prepare for them?
Yeah, they got talent. They've definitely got some. They've got NFL caliber all over, and they've got some dudes that can really make some plays. And but I think that we'll have a great game plan against them, and I'm just confident in the guys that we have on our side of the ball. And they do what they do, and they do it at a good rate. And they're gonna play their best game versus Clemson. I got no doubt about that. So we got to go play our best game against them.
Are you surprised at all when you're watching the film back because of how much the game has slowed down for you? Something you and Dabo have talked about, but like when you watch the film back at like how fast it is in the game versus everything you were processing in the game.
Yeah. Just kind of seeing it, like actually going back and watching the film versus how I'm experiencing on the field. Is that kind of what you're saying? Yeah, for sure. Especially even watching last year's Florida State game, just my mannerisms and it's really fun to see yourself get better. It really is, and it's exciting. And obviously not a film that I want to go back and watch, but is fun on my part because I've seen that I've got better. It's definitely fun to kind of go back and watch film the next day on Sunday and and see some of those throws and some of those plays that the guys are making and that I'm making that's happening at real life speed that sometimes feels slow out there for sure.
Like maybe we asked you about this in the past, but Coach Sweeney brought it up again that your high school career was just so pitch perfect in terms of everything just going right, and obviously coming here things didn't go right early on, but he thinks that improved you. I mean, how do you think that did change you going through it?
Yeah, I think last year was the best possible thing for me. And I think it was the best possible thing for this team, and I just feel like I grew up so much as a player and as a leader. I feel like I'm the best version of myself right now as a player and as a leader and as a person because of last year. I really do. And that fueled a fire in me that carried on all off season and everything that I woke up every single day. And I chased to not have the feeling that we had last year. That was kind of the fire that was in me. So I'm thankful for last year, and I'm thankful for the mistakes that I made and the mistakes that that I made, and I'm thankful for the things that I get to learn from them.
How thankful are you, or how important was it having coaches who stuck by you? Obviously, quarterbacks nowadays, if you're not great immediately, they want to change it like the outside world wants to. I mean, having the coaches you had, how important was that in terms of sticking with you? Just really thankful for him. Coach Sweeney just continued to tell me that he believes in me, and to have your head coach tell you that means a lot because that's the person I came to come play for when I was coming out of high school. So to have a year like we did last year and we come out of that and he says, hey, I'm still betting on you and I believe in you, and Coach Riley says the same, it means a lot because sitting there at 20 years old and you got a lot on your plate and a big season coming up, and not a great season behind you. So just kind of hear that meant a lot, and just continue to fuel my confidence.
Any questions for Cade over Zoom? Any additional questions from the room?
I asked Barrett what his favorite Daboism is. Do you have a favorite?
Probably the one that goes something like, I can do what I can while I can, so that when I can, I will not wish I would have when I could have. That's just like, I know it's long and repetitive, but it is really good. It is really good. Like, the moment is today, and you know, you're doing the work for the future you. So.
That's not everybody's favorite. Like, that's the number one that, like,
it's
NFL
good.
guys, yeah.
I mean, that's what everybody says, but it is really good. It is really good. Yeah.
Barrett said everybody, like, finishes it now when Dabo starts it.
Yeah.
You guys will all start saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's at least once a week. Where is it?
If you were asked about the 7th game with the Cowboy hat, I guess where did that come from?
Well, I got it from my parents like 3 or 4 years ago for Christmas one year. If you're asking where it physically came from, but yeah, I mean, I was at home or something this year, and I've got a suit that has like, you know, boot cut pants, and I was like, I wore them last year. I wore my suit last year, and then I was like, I gotta rock it at least once this year. So I figured, you know, this is gonna be the week to do it, and got a couple other guys to do it. Was hoping we'd get more. Told Coach Riley to do it, and he said he left his hat in Texas, so I was pretty disappointed in that. But yeah, it was fun. You know, why not? It's a good look, brings up some confidence, and it was awesome.
So you do it at least once this year. Will you do it again, or?
We'll see. I don't know. If it happens, it happens. We'll see. Yeah.
Are you surprised how much attention the hat has gotten?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was gonna have that much, but yeah, it was a good look. It was a good look, and it was great.
So were the guys that also did it?
Well, we were gonna have about 5 or 6, and then, you know, with the whole not going to the hotel and stuff, I think threw a couple guys off, so we only end up having 3. Trent Pierman and Harris will end up doing it too. So, yeah.
How cool was it to get Olson back here with his first career touchdown on Saturday?
Oh man, it was great. You know, Olson's one of the best dudes on the whole team, and just, you know, really special for him. He ran a great route, sold it really well, and was really happy for him. You know, we've got a great tight end room, and Jake does a great job leading them, and they look up to Jake a whole lot. But you know, Olson is just such an amazing dude, and just really happy for him. Yeah, it was awesome.
Just look at the past 3 games, just the dominant points that you guys have scored on offense compared to kind of the tighter margins of last year. What's something in your game that has kind of just like elevated that, especially for this year?
I think just aggressiveness downfield for sure. You know, whether we hit it or not, just the essence of us taking a shot downfield is going to drop some safeties back and open up the run game some more. So that's something that we've got the guys to go do it. Not that we didn't last year, but we've just got even more of them. So just the confidence to go do that, and we got guys that can go make plays downfield. I mean, the one to Cole, you know, it wasn't some picture perfect over the shoulder throw, but you know, got it to him, and he made a heck of a play and stood in there long enough. And but just that, you know, I think that for sure, using my legs a little more when we need to, and yeah, just continue to know the offense. Yeah.
Going back to the whole Texas thing, I know that when the offense was coming out, Big X's song Texas was playing when their kind of intro. What's it like being able to kind of rep your home state in a different state and kind of having the whole community kind of surround you like that?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, when I got here, it was just me and Makuba, and now there's a good little bit of us. So it's definitely fun. You know, come a long way, and I don't get to go home too often, so it's nice to kind of have that you know, culture around here a little bit, and it's definitely fun. But it's awesome. It's great. It's awesome.
Thanks, Cade.
Awesome. Thank y'all.